Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Philippines, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Ikaw ang Pangulo para sa pagbabago. Sawa na ang bayan ko sa magnanakaw na tao.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Philippines, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. We may now be seated. Good afternoon once again to each and everyone, and welcome to the launching of the National Vaccination Days Bayanihan Bakunahan 2021. To formally begin our program, may we call on Rizal Governor Rebecca Inares for her welcome remarks.
His Excellency, President Mayor Rodrigo Duterte, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Nais na nating marating ang katuparan ng isang matinding pangarap. Ang pangarap na mawakasan ang pandemyang nagpapahirap sa buong mundo. Ang pangarap na muling maibangon ang ating kabuhayan. Ang pangarap na maibalik sa normal ang ating mga buhay. At kung titingnan natin ang kasalukuyang kalagayan natin, makikita nating abot kamay na, malapit nang matupad ang pangarap na yan. At malinaw ang isang bagay, lalo pa tayong lalapit sa katuparan ng pangarap sa pamamagitan ng pakikiisa ng lahat nating mga kababayan sa tawag ng ating pamahalaan, sa imbitasyon na tayong lahat ay magpabakuna laban sa COVID-19 virus. 1 year ago, the world was without a vaccine. 1 year ago, we were all locked down and enveloped in an overwhelming sense of fear 1 year ago, we did not know if mankind could come up with an answer to this deadly, invisible virus that crippled the world. Sa sandaling panahon, nagbago ang lahat. Salamat sa ating Panginoon. Salamat sa mga Pilipinong frontliners na nakiisa sa pagkikibaka sa COVID-19. Salamat sa mga kasamahan ko sa local government sector na mabilis at maayos na pagtugon sa hamong ito. At maraming salamat sa pamumuno ng ating Pangulong Duterte sa ating lahat sa panahong ito ng matinding pagsubok. Kinailangan ng ating bansa ang isang Pangulong matibay ang dibdib upang akayin at gabayan tayo sa panahong walang katiyakan ang hinaharap. Mr. President, thank you for leading our nation during one of the most difficult periods in the history of our country. At maraming salamat, Secretary Duque, Secretary Galvez, at sa lahat ng bumubuo ng IATF. Maraming salamat sa pagsisikap po ninyong mangalap ng bakuna mula sa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo. Sa walang pagod ninyong pagsisikap na tiyakin na ang mga bakunang ito sa ating mga lalawigan, mga lungsod, mga bayan. Honorable Secretaries, we salute you for a job well done. We will always be grateful to you for your service to the nation during these most trying times. The rest of the job now belongs to us and to our countrymen. Matapos magsikap ng ating pambansang pamahalaan para humanap at maglaan sa atin ng bakuna, tungkulin naman nating makiisa sa pamamagitan ng pagtataas ng ating mga manggas at pagtanggap sa bakunang ito sa ating mga braso. Gawin natin para sa ating kalusugan, para sa ating kapanatagan, para sa pangarap natin sa kinabukasan. Malugod ko po kayong tinatanggap dito sa lalawigan ng Rizal. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much, Governor Inares, for your welcome remarks. At this point, may we call on Mr. Stephen Tan, the president of SM Supermalls, for his message. Let us give him a big, big round of applause.
His Excellency President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, honorable secretaries and officials of our LGUs, distinguished guests, our partners from the private sector, our SM Supermalls family, friends from the media, and to our fellow Filipinos, a pleasant afternoon, everyone. Welcome to SM Masinag. We at SM Supermalls have always believed that getting vaccinated is the best defense Filipinos have against the COVID-19 virus. In the past months of working together with the government, we have achieved great things. From opening 71 mall vaccination sites nationwide and administering over 6 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines. Of that number, 200,000 are children aged 12 to 17 years old inoculated in our malls, to having our 78 malls certified with the safety seal recognition for our safe malling efforts. Today, we see a brighter future well within our grasp. It is my honor to say that SM Supermalls, together with our friends from the private sector, are proud partners of the Bayanihan Bakunahan, a 3-day massive vaccination drive in 66 of our malls, which aims to jab 9 million Filipinos nationwide. Starting today until December 1, with a second wave to vaccinate even more on December 15 to 17. President Duterte, we thank the government for the opportunity to serve the country in accelerating the vaccination rate, as well as our fellow Filipinos who will participate in the drive, for which we are happy to offer convenient and accessible mall vaccination sites. We are also happy that over 500 alumni, employees, and students from the National University are going to be volunteers in this momentous endeavor. Let us all be heroes in this fight against COVID-19. Get vaccinated, volunteer, and encourage your loved ones to get jobs. It is only through our collective effort that we are able to put an end to this crisis and build back not just a safer Christmas celebration, but a better, brighter future for all of us. Thank you and mabuhay po.
Thank you very much once again, Mr. Stephen Tan, for your message. Moving on, may we now call on the Vaccine Czar and Chief Implementer of the National Task Force Against COVID-19. A round of applause to Secretary Carlito G. Galvez Jr. for his message.
Sa ating pong pinalanggang President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Sir, Senator Christopher Lawrence Bongo, to Honorable Rebecca Nini Alcantara Inares, Mr. Stephen Tan, my fellow cabinet members, beloved members of the officials and local chief executives of the province, our medical professionals, magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Tunay na napakaganda at makasaysayan ang araw na ito sapagkat ito na ang simula ng mas pinalakas at pinalawak na pagbabakuna kontra COVID-19 sa buong bansa. Kaya naman taos-puso ang ating pasasalamat sa lahat ng lokal na pamahalaan, sa mga sangay at ahensya ng pamahalaang nasyonal, ang ating mga kasangga sa pribadong sektor, lalo na ang SM Mall, ang magigiting nating healthcare workers at medical frontliners, ang ating mga volunteers from the AP and the PNP, volunteers sa iba-ibang universidad at organisasyon, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtugon sa panawagan ng ating mahal na Pangulo na suportahan ang bayanihan, bakunahan. The National Vaccination Day is very timely and truly a milestone in our COVID-19 pandemic response and mitigation efforts. This is by far the biggest vaccination event we have held since we rolled out the National Vaccination Program this year. Inoculating 9 million individuals in 3 days across 16 regions with the help of the NCR is our most ambitious target so far. Through this event, we will show them that the rest of the world, to show to the rest of the world that the Filipino people bayanihan spirit lives on. With the many milestones we have achieved in our vaccination program, we are very optimistic that we will be having a better and safer Christmas this year. Our vaccination drive has now kicked into a higher gear as we are now on our way towards vaccinating 54 million Filipinos by end of this year, while expanding our vaccination program further to the younger population and giving the most vulnerable sector, such as the elderly and the persons with comorbidities, much-needed boosters and the third shot. With our growing vaccine supply of over 142 million doses, and there are more 46 million coming with 21 million donation from COVAX. The key will be our ability to help accelerate and expand the vaccination capacity of our local government units, particularly those outside Metro Manila. We believe that this can only be achieved through the concerted efforts of all sectors of society, and this is exactly what we are doing today throughout the country with the help of our private sector partners. Kaya naman po, sama-sama po tayong protektahan ang bawat isa. Ibigay natin ang isa sa pinakamaganda at pinakamahalagang regalo ngayong Pasko, ang regalo ng proteksyon at kalusugan. Kaya't maging bayani po tayo sa ating mga mahal sa buhay at komunidad. Kaya ang mga tao pang wala pa pong bakuna, magpabakuna na po tayo. Disiplina at bakuna ang susi at solusyon para matapos ang ating pandemya. Maraming salamat po, mahal na Presidente, sa inyong pagdalo dito sa National Vaccination Reach Out po natin. Maraming pansalamat at mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you very much. Once again, that was Secretary Galvez. At this juncture, may we invite everyone's attention on screen to watch an audiovisual presentation prepared by the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases on the activities conducted today alongside the launching of the National Vaccination Days, Bayanihan, Bakunahan 2021. Thank you and congratulations to our IATF and stakeholders. Once again, a warm round of applause. As one of the highlights of this event, we will begin the simultaneous ceremonial vaccination for the A1, A2, A3, A4, and the pediatric categories. Now, may we respectfully request the President to witness our officials, namely Department of Health Secretary Francisco Duque III, former Antipolo City Mayor Dr. Casimiro Jun Inares III, Department of Health 4A Regional Director Dr. Ariel Valencia, Rizal Provincial Health Officer Dr. Iluminado Victoria, and Antipolo City Health Officer Dr. Concepcion Lad to administer doses to the vaccine recipients. Ready, vaccinators? Ladies and gentlemen, at the count of 3, in 1, 2, 3. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. Thank you and congratulations once again to everyone. May we request everybody to please take their seats. And now, may we call on Health Secretary Francisco T. Duque III to introduce our guest of honor.
Mga kababayan, isa pong karangalan ang ipakilala sa inyo. Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Pangulo ng Republika ng Pilipinas.
Kindly said. Thank you. Health Secretary Francisco Duque III, the National Task Force Chief Implementer and Vaccine Czar, Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr., Senator Bongo, Chair, Senate Committee on Health and Demography, Interagency Task Force Chairperson and Defense Secretary Delphine Lorenzana, Labor and Employment Secretary Silvestro Bello III. Magsigoy lang ako, Bota, na kanina pa kita na tinitignan. Pagka may palakpak na, balik tulog. Alam ko, I can understand, maybe Senator Bongo is running for, Senator Bong, si Bello is running for Senator. During his time, we had a very peaceful industrial equanimity. Wala masyadong labor strife, and everybody seems to understand what capital and labor means. Actually, Bebot has been kasama ko pa sa dormitoryo to. Talagang mahusay magbula ng babae. Cabinet Secretary and Acting Presidential Spokesperson Carlo Alexis Nograles, Interior and Local Government Secretary Eduardo Anyo, Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugadi, Presidential Advisor for COVID Response Vivencio Dizon, Rizal Governor Rebecca Henares and Vice Governor Rinaldo San Juan Jr., Antipolo City Mayor Andrea Bautista Henares and Vice Mayor Josefina Gatla Bayan, Angono Municipal Mayor Jeremy Calderon, Barras Municipal Mayor Catherine Robles, Cardona Municipal Mayor Teodoro Campo, Halahala Municipal Mayor Elmer Pilas, Taytay Municipal Mayor Gregorio Gacula, International Health Organization representatives, the Supermart President Stephen Tan. Thank you for your kind assistance all these years sa gobyerno. Fellow workers in government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I understand General Carlos, Chief of the PNP, is here with us. Sir, magandang hapon po. Today, the entire nation comes together for a massive effort in our national vaccination program against COVID-19, our three-day national vaccination drive. Dubbed as Bayanihan Bakunahan, this event that starts today, November 29 until December 1, 2021, aims to vaccinate around 9 million individuals in 8,000 sites across 16 regions nationwide. This is our single biggest push to fast-track vaccination and reach target of 70% population protection nationwide. By the end of 2021, we expect to fully vaccinate a total of 54 million Filipinos. We also aim to inoculate 80% of the population of minors aged 12 to 17 years and complete the booster shots for those belonging to A1, A2, and A3 sectors. I wish to thank our national government agencies and local governments, along with the private partners, for launching of this Bayanihan Bakunahan drive. This multi-sectoral event is a resounding expression of our Bayanihan spirit, which coincides with the nation's observance of Bonifacio Day on November 30. Indeed, the heroic example of God Andres Bonifacio's courage resonates in each of us as we work together to fast-track and intensify our efforts to overcome this pandemic. I commend the Department of Health, the Department of Interior and Local Government, and the National Task Force Against COVID-19 for the successful vaccination campaign and collaboration with private sectors to sufficiently supply the country with much-needed vaccine doses and distribute these vaccines all over the country. On this note, I call on every Filipino for your continued cooperation in fighting against COVID-19 by getting vaccinated and continuing to follow our minimum public health standards. It is very important to us to take a whole day of nation approach to win against coronavirus that has sorely plagued our country for almost 2 years. With God's abiding grace and with our genuine malasakit for our fellow Filipinos, we will overcome this pandemic and come out stronger and better as a nation. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you once again, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause. At this point, may we respectfully request the President, along with Senator Christopher Lawrence Bongo, to grant a photo opportunity for our guests and participating stakeholders. May we call on the first batch head and representatives of the MTF and national government agencies to proceed on stage for the photo opportunity. For the second batch, Public-Private Task Force or the T3, please stand by for your turn. Once again, for the second batch, Public-Private Task Force or the T3, please stand by for your turn. Thank you very much. May we call on the second batch, T3, to proceed on stage for the photo opportunity. For the third batch, representatives from WHO, UNICEF, and Philippine Medical Association or PMA, please stand by for your turn. Thank you very much. For the third batch, representatives from WHO, UNICEF, and the Philippine Medical Association to proceed on stage. For the fourth batch, provincial board members of Rizal Province, please stand by for your turn. Thank you very much, representatives from WHO, UNICEF, and Philippine Medical Association. for the fourth batch, the board